Hello everyone, this is Rajan Ghai, Company Secretary and your Financial Market Management teacher. I hope all of you are doing well. This is the next topic we are going to discuss. I hope that you had gone through the last lectures of your Financial Market Management. That was your first chapter, Money, and in that chapter, it was discussed about your evolution of money and barter system. Barter system, we know that once we are exchanging goods with the goods and services is known as barter system. The economy in which barter system prevails is called economy or commodity for commodity exchange. So your barter system, you can say, it is also called your commodity exchange. Okay, so next we know that there was some kind of problem in barter system because that was not acceptable at all goods and services, because some of the producers or purchaser, you can say buyer or sellers, they just can't differentiate or they just can't measures the actual value of the products. So that's why money evolves. Then we did that evolution of money. Now in this topic, your basic features of money we are going to discuss. Basically, if you see, there are three features of your money, or three basic characteristics is money in money. First one is medium of exchange. Second is standard of value or unit of account. Third is your store of value. These are the basic three features money is having. It doesn't mean that only three features are there, but basic means these are the major functions which money performs. First one is your medium of exchange. Medium of exchange basically is called anything which is acceptable, anything which is acceptable as means of exchange and at the same time act as measure of value, that we know that is called money. Because if you see that in barter system, the system which prevails earlier, that might be acceptable in some of the societies. Means if you go some specific area at that time, if we talked about that your old era, once that your goods with goods and services exchanges, that was acceptable in some of the specific society, but overall that was not acceptable. So that was the main reason for that. So that's why money evolves. So money becomes the basic medium of exchange because it is easily to measures all the goods and services with the money. So that's why as soon as anything is readily accepted in one society as money, it can serve as a medium of exchange because it is worldwide acceptable. So you can see here they've written it must be readily acceptable. So that is the most important criteria for anything to serve as money. And we can take example to understand why this happen with money. Let us take an example of a farmer. If he sells his produce in a market and gets money in exchange for it, then with that money we know that he can purchase cloth, sugar, vegetable oil and so many other goods. So in this way money act as a medium of exchange, because with the use of money you can exchange anything. It doesn't mean that some of the things are available or only money is acceptable only with those things. No. So that's why money becomes the medium of basic exchange, which is readily acceptable all over the world, whether it relates to your goods and services. Next function which money performs, that is standard of value or unit of account. Now it means that anything in the world we can easily measure with money. So that's why money sets a basic standard or unit of a account. Easily you can measure, easily you can compare the things with money easily. Let's say, let's take an example to understand this. Suppose the price of a chair is rupees 100. So it means if we are purchasing one chair by paying rupees 100, it would be easy that we can measure that value of that chair is equal to rupees 100. It means 100 rupees once we are paying for that, and one chair we purchase, that chairs just complete our utility. Means that 100 rupees having satisfaction of power of a product. So it just completes your utility. So that's why we can say that money just perform another function which is called standard of value. Means you can easily evaluate the things with money, but this doesn't possible with other products. Let's say if you are comparing that chair with, let's say you are purchasing chair, and you are giving some other thing to that person, that person would not just gonna accept that product which you are just exchanging with to buy that chair. Reason being is that might be that product couldn't able to evaluate that chair value of chair exactly. So that's why that won't be possible with the other things. So that's why money performs a second function which is called standard of value. You can see there is an example over here. The computer would cost rupees 20,000 is the common standard of value of computer for anyone who wishes to buy the computer. So easily, if you are going to purchase any computer in the market, and that person asks you that the value of this computer is rupees 20,000, so it means you can easily just measures that value of that computer is rupees 20,000. But if you are saying that other than this money, if you are paying anything or if you are giving anything to that person, that would not be acceptable. So that's why money is a money performs the standard of value or unit of account. Next is very important function. This is store of value. Yes, so store of value is called money is used as a measures to store wealth. Money is demanded because we can purchase goods with it. That's why it is demanded. So rather than spending the money today, you can store it for future use. So every person collects money and store it for future needs. So in the old times, if you remember that people used to store goods for their future needs in the old times, if we are talking about, and after that they realized that goods cannot be used as a means to store wealth. So that's why they just started storing money. Thus people started using gold and silver coin as a means to store wealth. Later on people started paper money as a means to store wealth. Thus the money act as a store of value. It means as an that your society just changing. So once you start society becomes evolves with the evolution of the society, automatically your money or evolves. So that becomes your evolutions. So if we say, so money provides a basic function by which it is easy to store, because we know that by the use of that money we can purchase anything in the world. So that's why it is widely acceptable. So that's why people believes that uh, it is quite easy to store the money, because rather than storing other things like anything, you can say your wheat, rice, it doesn't easy for each and every person to store, because it just require a lot of space for that. So that's why money just performs another better function, that is called store of value. One example just right over here. Suppose you were paid in apples, but you didn't want to spend all your income immediately. You wanted to save now and use income apples to spend later. You are going to have some difficulty in saving some of your income apples. Means, let's say you worked hard, and your employer did that he said, I am giving you 10 or 50 kg apples. So now we know that for the survival, whatever require, once we eat that, uh, how could you just store those apples for your future purpose? Because eventually what happens that those are called perishable goods. So your those apples will eventually rot or decay, and no one is going to buy the rotten income apples from you. So how could you just give those apples to somebody else to purchase anything? That would not be acceptable. So that's why money is a money performs better feature. Money gives better features by which if you store money, and once you need any kind of product, and once you used, just put or send that money or give that money to that person, you can purchase each and everything. So that would be quite convenient for we people also. So that's why we just store money. So money provides another features that it is easy to store, and it cannot be spoiled, and it cannot be rotten. So these things are there. So that's why money performs another thing which is called store of value. So these kind of characteristics was in money. So that's why money comes as a better feature. Money serves as three key roles: medium of exchange, standard of value, store of value. So general characteristics we did. There are some general characteristics for acceptability as money. First, to serve as an effective medium of exchange, money must be durable. So money is durable because it is not perishable like apples or any kind of fruits, vegetables, rice, wheat, whatever it is. Means whatever we did in the barter system. No? Second, what serves as money must not be easily reproduced by people in abundance and should be relatively scarce. And this is basic characteristics in that. Relatively scarce means it is not easy to produce money, because once you ask that we are going to just create our income rupees 1 lakh, 2 lakh, it doesn't become easy for each and everyone to just produce money. Means you cannot mint the money. So that's why it is relatively scarce. Third is, although words serve as money must be relatively scarce, not rocks, for example, it can't be too scarce. So it means it is relatively scarce, but doesn't mean it is impossible to earn. If you work hard, if you work smarter, then you can earn a lot of money. Means it is relatively scarce means, but it can't be too scarce. So that's why it is really you can say tough but not impossible. So fourth is, money has to be easy to transport. You can easily just whatever, let's say right now you are using digital system, so it is easy to transfer. So that's why it is easy to transport. But if you just imagine that in barter system, if it was really tough in those scenario, that how could you transfer goods with goods? Not possible to one place to another. It is really difficult for those people. Like reason being is that because if you are just transferring wheat with the rice, let's say 100 quintal wheat are there, and you are just transferring 100 quintal rice in exchange for that, and it won't be easy for those people. And last, money must be divisible into usable quantity or fractions. So you can divide, like if you say 2000 rupees note, so it is divisible into usable quantity or fractions, whatever you want. According to that, you just can divide into those. It doesn't mean that in pieces, but in a number of different currencies, you can say. So these are the basic features in money. So that's why money becomes the medium of exchange. I hope you understood each and everything. Still, if you want to ask anything, that just mention in comment section, and I'll share the link of this PDF file by which you can download the same and you can understand whatever we just completed in this video. Still, if you have any query, then feel free to ask. I'll definitely get back to you. So thank you and thanks a lot. God bless you.